This is In Case You Missed It, your National Agriculture News Recap for the week ended January 31st, 2025. Farmers will soon have one less place to pick up supplies, as Peavy Mart confirmed Monday that the ag retailer would be ceasing operations and closing all of its 90 stores across the country. The announcement came just after Peavy Mart first announced it would shutter 22 stores in Ontario. In a statement, the company linked the shutdown after 60 years in operation to unprecedented challenges in the Canadian retail sector, including low consumer confidence, inflation, rising costs, and supply chain disruptions. Where Peavy Mart goes from here remains to be seen. The retailer has obtained creditor protection and is working to generate liquidity through the closure process, while also continuing to explore potential opportunities to preserve the brand. Canada's agriculture sector is making progress on becoming more climate-friendly. That's according to the latest report from the RBC Climate Action Institute. RBC's index measures progress addressing climate change, with the sector seeing a 29% improvement over the past 5 years. Increased spending on sustainable ag from the federal government was cited by industry watchers as one factor contributing to the movement in the ag sector. The federal ag minister announced this week that the government will distribute $300 million over the next 3 years in continuation of its on-farm climate action plan, which gives financial support to farmers adopting emissions-reducing practices. Meanwhile, at the Saskatchewan Beef Industry Conference in Saskatoon this week, a livestock scientist touched on reducing greenhouse gas emissions in the beef sector. While the cattle sector is often criticized as being bad for the environment, and cattle are known as large methane emitters, she noted that that wasn't the full story, as the emissions generated from getting beef from the farm to the plate also play a part. The general chaos of the first few weeks of the Trump administration has kept markets on edge, and the possibility of 25% tariffs on all Canadian imports as early as February 1st will likely have many unintended consequences. The U.S. is a big buyer of both Canadian canola oil and meal, and is a major destination for Canadian potash. It's also a top 5 customer for many special crops. Meanwhile, livestock feeders in the prairies have all but stopped bringing up U.S. corn, taking a wait-and-see approach to the impending trade war. In case you missed these and other stories, visit the Glacier Farm Media Network, news that matters to farmers across Canada.